My name is not important because my story is the same as many people who want to speak English confidently. A few years ago, I was very afraid of speaking English. I could understand some English when I read or listened, but when it was time to speak, my mind became blank. My hands shook, my heart beat fast, and my voice became very low. I was scared of making mistakes. I was scared that people would laugh at me. In school and college, I always avoided speaking English. If the teacher asked a question in English, I looked down. During interviews, I knew the answers, but I could not express them properly. Because of this, I lost many opportunities. This made me feel sad and frustrated. One day, after a bad interview, I decided something important. I told myself, I don't want to be afraid anymore. I want to improve my English, step by step. My first step, accepting mistakes. First, I accepted one truth. Mistakes are normal. I understood that even native speakers make mistakes. So why should I be afraid? From that day, I stopped trying to be perfect. I focused on being confident, not correct all the time. My second step, speaking daily. I started speaking English every day. At first, I spoke to myself in front of the mirror. I talked about my day, my plans, and my feelings. Even if my grammar was wrong, I continued speaking. Slowly, my fear started reducing. My third step, listening and imitating. I listened to simple English videos, podcasts, and stories. I didn't try to understand every word. I listened for meaning and pronunciation. I repeated sentences loudly and copied the speaker's tone. This helped me sound more natural. My fourth step, learning simple words. Instead of difficult words, I used simple English. I realized that confidence does not come from big words. It comes from clear communication. Simple words help me speak faster and without fear. My fifth step, speaking with real people. After some time, I started speaking with friends and strangers in English. At first, I felt nervous, but every conversation made me stronger. Some people corrected me and I thanked them. Some people supported me, and that gave me confidence. The change. After a few months, something amazing happened. I started enjoying speaking English. Interviews became easier. Conversations became natural. My confidence grew, not because my English was perfect, but because I was no longer afraid. Today, I still make mistakes, but I speak without fear. I know that learning never stops. English is now a tool, not a fear. My message to you. If you want to improve your English speaking confidence, remember this. Speak daily. Don't fear mistakes. Use simple English. Slowly, English stopped feeling like a subject. It became part of my daily life. I started using English while thinking, walking, working, and even dreaming. I didn't force myself. I just allowed myself to grow. I remember one moment clearly. A stranger asked me a question in English. Earlier, I would panic or avoid eye contact. But this time I smiled and answered confidently. The conversation was smooth and natural. When it ended, I felt proud. Not because my English was perfect, but because I spoke without fear. Helping others gave me more confidence. After gaining confidence, I started helping others who were afraid to speak English. I told them my story. I told them my struggles. I told them my mistakes. When they saw my progress, they believed they could do it too. Teaching others made my English even better. I learned that when you help someone, you also grow. Understanding the real meaning of confidence. Confidence is not speaking fast. Confidence is not using big words. Confidence is speaking honestly, clearly, and fearlessly. I stopped trying to sound like someone else. I started sounding like myself. Looking back. When I look back at the person I was, quiet, scared, and full of self-doubt, I feel grateful. That fear taught me discipline. That struggle taught me patience. If I had given up, I would still be silent today. A message from my heart. If you're watching this or reading this and thinking, my English is bad, I feel shy, I am scared of mistakes, please remember, everyone starts somewhere. No one is confident on day one. Confidence is built, not born. The journey never ends. Even today I practice, I listen, I learn, because improvement never stops. But now, I enjoy the process. One day, I listened to my old voice recordings. I was shocked. My voice was weak, slow, and full of fear. Then I listened to my new recordings. My voice was clear. My sentences were smooth. Most importantly, I sounded confident. At that moment, I smiled and said to myself, yes, I have changed. Not overnight, not magically, but through patience and daily effort. What really helped me the most? Many people think English confidence comes from books or courses. For me, it came from practice and courage. I learned 3 important things. Speaking badly is better than staying silent. Confidence grows when fear is faced. English improves when you enjoy the process. I stopped waiting for the perfect time. I started speaking with the English I had. My biggest mistake and my best lesson. My biggest mistake was waiting too long. I waited for confidence before speaking. But the truth is, confidence comes after speaking, not before. The day I understood this, everything became easier. Today I can speak in meetings. Today I can speak in interviews. Today I can talk to anyone without fear. Do I still make mistakes? Yes. Do I stop speaking because of them? No. Because now I know, mistakes don't stop progress. Silence does. If this story feels like yours, then this message is for you. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a foreign accent. You don't need expensive courses. You need daily speaking. Simple English self-belief. Start with 1 sentence today. Tomorrow, speak 2. Final words. I was once afraid to speak English. Now, English helps me express who I am. This is not just my story. This can be your story too. Keep speaking, keep learning, and never stop believing in yourself. Whenever you want, I can now. Turn this into a powerful YouTube narration. Shorten it for motivational shorts. Add a strong hook and ending. Write YouTube title, description, and tags. English gave me a new identity. Before, I used to hide my thoughts. I had ideas, opinions, and dreams, but I couldn't express them. English gave me a voice. It helped me share what was inside my heart and mind. Now, when I speak, people listen. Not because my English is perfect, but because I speak with clarity and confidence. The quiet confidence. Confidence doesn't shout. Confidence doesn't rush. Confidence speaks calmly and clearly. That is what English gave me, a quiet confidence. I no longer feel small when I speak. I feel equal. What this journey taught me about life. This journey was not only about English, it taught me life lessons. Growth is uncomfortable. Fear disappears with action. Small steps create big change. Every time I spoke English, I was also training my mind to be brave. If I could go back in time, if I could meet my old self, I would say, start earlier. Don't be afraid. You are capable. But maybe the struggle was necessary, because without struggle, I wouldn't value this confidence today. A promise to myself. I promise myself one thing. I will never stop learning. I will never stop speaking. I will never let fear control my voice again. And now, this is my truth. English did not change who I am. English helped me be who I truly am. And that is how I improved my English speaking confidence. Slowly, honestly, and fearlessly. If you want, next I can. Prepare a perfect ending line for YouTube. Create a hook plus CTA for your video. Convert this into a short motivational script. Write SEO title and description, Living with Confidence. Every day. Now, English is no longer something I prepare for. It is something I live with. I speak naturally, without overthinking every sentence. I focus on the message, not the mistakes. When I meet new people, I don't introduce myself with fear anymore. I introduce myself with belief. Confidence changed my opportunities. Because I can speak English confidently now, new doors opened for me. I can share my ideas, explain my thoughts, and represent myself properly. People understand me better, and I understand them better too. English didn't make me smarter. English made me braver. The small habit that changed everything. If I had to name one habit that changed my life, it would be this. I spoke English every day, even when I didn't feel confident. Some days were good, some days were bad. But I never stopped. And that consistency slowly turned fear into confidence. What I know for sure. Now, confidence is not a gift. Confidence is a skill. And any skill can be learned. I am living proof of that. A gentle reminder for you. If you are still afraid today, that's okay. Fear means you care. Just don't let fear stop you. Speak slowly, speak simply, speak honestly. Your voice matters. The journey continues. This story does not end here because learning never ends. But now, I walk this journey with confidence, not fear. And every time I speak English, I remember where I started and how far I have come. That is my journey. That is my growth. That is how I built my English speaking confidence. Earlier, I used to think I was not good enough. Now, I know I am still learning, and that is enough. I respect myself more because I faced my fear instead of running away from it. Gratitude for the struggle. Today, I am thankful for the struggle I went through. Those silent moments, those broken sentences, those nervous pauses, they all shaped me. Without them, this confidence would have no value. One simple truth I live by. I follow one simple rule. Speak first. Improve later. This rule freed me from fear. A final gentle message. If you are still waiting for confidence to come, stop waiting. Confidence grows while you walk, not before you start. Speak today. Make mistakes today. Grow today. The story continues. My English journey continues every day with new words, new conversations, and new confidence. And maybe, as you read or listen to this, your journey is beginning right now. At some point, confidence stopped being something I tried to build. It became a habit. Just like waking up every morning, speaking English confidently became natural. I no longer count my mistakes. I count my efforts. Silence no longer controls me. Earlier, silence controlled me. I stayed quiet even when I had something important to say. Now, silence is my choice, not my fear. When I speak with purpose. English helped me connect with people. English didn't just help me talk, it helped me connect. I listened better. I understood people from different backgrounds. Conversations became meaningful, not stressful. That connection gave me confidence beyond language. I stopped chasing perfection. Perfection is tiring. Confidence is freeing. The day I stopped trying to sound perfect, my English became smoother. My voice became stronger. My mind became relaxed. Growth is quiet but powerful. No one noticed my growth day by day, but one day everyone noticed the change. That is how growth works: quiet, steady, unstoppable. I am still a learner and proud of it. I am not done learning, and I don't want to be. Learning keeps me humble. Practice keeps me confident. Both together keep me moving forward. This is my ongoing story. This is not a success story with an end. This is a journey that continues with every conversation, every new word, every brave sentence. Before learning English, I was impatient. I wanted fast results. I wanted confidence immediately. But this journey taught me patience. I learned that real improvement takes time, and that's okay. Every slow conversation, every pause, every mistake was teaching me something valuable. I became kinder to myself. Earlier, I was my own biggest critic. I judged every word I spoke. I felt disappointed when I made mistakes. Now, I encourage myself. Now I say, "Good job for trying." This kindness made learning easier and confidence stronger. English became a bridge, not a wall. English used to feel like a wall between me and the world. I stood on one side, afraid to cross. Now, English is a bridge. It connects me to people, ideas, and opportunities I never imagined before. Small wins meant everything. The first time I spoke without fear. The first time someone understood me clearly. The first time I spoke in public calmly. These small wins slowly built a big belief inside me. I learned to trust my voice. My voice doesn't need to be perfect. My accent doesn't need to change. My words don't need to impress. My voice only needs to be honest. And that honesty gives me confidence. Still moving forward. Even today, I practice. Even today, I learn new words. Even today, I improve. But now, I move forward with calm confidence, not pressure. This journey continues with every sentence I speak. And I walk it proudly. Before, my inner voice was full of doubt. You will fail. People will laugh. Your English is not good enough. Now, my inner voice speaks differently. Try. Speak. You are improving. That change inside me changed everything outside. I stopped comparing myself. I used to compare my English with others. Some spoke faster, some spoke better. That comparison made me weak. One day, I understood something important. My journey is mine. From that day, I compared myself only with who I was yesterday. English became freedom. English gave me freedom, the freedom to express, to ask questions, to share ideas, and to stand confidently anywhere. I no longer feel trapped inside my thoughts. I can bring them out into the world. Fear still comes, but it doesn't stay. Sometimes fear still appears. That's normal. But now, fear doesn't control me. I acknowledge it. I breathe, I speak anyway, and fear slowly disappears. The power of one decision. Everything changed because of one small decision. I decided not to give up. Not on bad days, not after mistakes, not after embarrassment. That one decision shaped my confidence. Every conversation is practice now. Every conversation is practice. A greeting, a question, a small talk. Each one makes me stronger. Walking forward. With belief. I don't know how perfect my English will become, but I know one thing for sure. I will keep improving. Because confidence grows when you keep walking, even slowly. And so, I walk forward, speaking, learning, and believing in myself. Confidence became a quiet strength. With time, I noticed something beautiful. I didn't feel the need to prove myself anymore. I didn't rush my words. I didn't panic if I paused. Silence no longer scared me. That calm became my strength. I learned to listen. Better. Confidence also taught me how to listen. Earlier, I was so busy worrying about my English that I didn't truly listen to others. Now, I listen carefully, understand clearly, and then respond. Good speaking starts with good listening. Every day is a new lesson. Some days I speak very well. Some days I struggle again. But now I don't judge those days. I accept them. Learning is not a straight line. It goes up, down, and forward. And forward is enough. English no longer defines my worth. I understood one important thing. My value is not decided by my fluency. English is a skill I am improving, not a test of my intelligence. That realization gave me peace. I carry confidence into other areas of life. This confidence didn't stay only in English. It entered my life. I became more confident in decisions, in conversations, and in expressing my thoughts. Speaking English trained me to face fear everywhere. Still learning, still growing. I still learn new words. I still improve my pronunciation. I still make mistakes. But now, I smile at those mistakes. They remind me that I am still growing. Walking forward, one sentence at a time. I don't rush the future. I focus on today. One sentence, one conversation, one brave moment at a time. And as long as I keep speaking, as long as I keep trying, this journey continues. Earlier, I tried too hard. I pushed myself, worried too much, and felt tired. Now, I am balanced. I practice, but I don't pressure myself. Balance made learning enjoyable. I learned to pause without fear. Pausing while speaking used to scare me. I thought pauses meant weakness. Now I know pauses mean thinking. I pause. I breathe. I continue. And that makes my speech stronger. English became familiar, not foreign. At some point, English stopped feeling foreign. It felt familiar, like a friend I talk to every day. I don't plan every sentence, I trust myself. Trust is a big part of confidence. I respect my own progress. I no longer ignore my progress. I respect it. Every step, no matter how small, deserves respect. This respect gave me self-belief. Confidence is not loud. I learned that confidence is calm. It doesn't shout, it doesn't rush, it doesn't compete, it simply exists, moving forward with calm courage. Even when I enter new situations, I carry calm courage with me. I remind myself, I have done this before, I can do it again. That reminder keeps me steady. The journey breathes. On this journey does not end with perfect English. It continues with real conversations, real emotions, and real growth. As long as I speak, learn, and believe, the journey continues. One day, I realized something simple but powerful. I was no longer trying to be confident. I just was. Confidence had slowly become part of who I am. I didn't notice the exact moment it happened. It grew silently through daily effort. I stopped overthinking. Earlier, I overthought every word. Is this correct? Is my grammar right? Will they judge me? Now, I focus on the message, not the mistake. Overthinking faded and fluency followed. English gave me inner freedom. I felt free inside my mind. My thoughts no longer felt trapped. I could explain, ask, agree, disagree, without fear. That freedom is priceless. I learned that confidence is built in silence. Most of my progress happened quietly, alone, speaking to myself, listening carefully, practicing patiently. No applause, no shortcuts, just honest effort, and that effort worked. Every fear I faced made me stronger. Every time I spoke while feeling afraid, I became stronger. Fear didn't disappear suddenly. It became smaller each time I faced it, until one day it no longer controlled me. I carry this lesson forever. This journey taught me a lesson I will carry for life. If you face what scares you, it slowly loses its power. English was my fear. Confidence became my reward. Still, walking, still learning. I don't rush the destination. I enjoy the walk. Every conversation teaches me something new. Every day makes me better than yesterday. And I keep going. With calm, with patience, with belief. I noticed that when I entered a room, I carried myself differently. I stood a little straighter. I made eye contact. I listened with attention. Speaking English confidently changed my presence, not just my language. People responded differently too. They listened more. They engaged more. That gave me quiet reassurance. I learned to stay calm under pressure. There were moments when I didn't know the exact word. Earlier, that would stop me. Now, I stay calm. I explain in another way. I use simple words. And the conversation continues. That calm is confidence. English taught me flexibility. I learned that there is never only one correct way to say something. Language is flexible. Meaning matters more than perfection. This understanding removed a lot of pressure from my mind. Confidence grew through repetition. The same situations that once scared me, introductions, questions, small talk, became familiar through repetition. Fear fades when something becomes familiar. I became comfortable being myself. I stopped trying to copy others. I stopped chasing accents. I stopped pretending. I spoke in my own way, with my own rhythm. Being myself made speaking easier. Every conversation leaves a mark. Each conversation teaches me something about language, about people, about myself. Some lessons are small, some are deep, all of them matter. Still present, still learning. I stay present while speaking. I don't rush ahead. I don't replay mistakes in my head. I focus on the moment. And in that presence, confidence naturally stays with me. Confidence gave me responsibility. As my confidence grew, I felt a new responsibility. I realized that my journey could inspire someone else who is still afraid. So I became more patient with people who struggle. I listened without judging. I encouraged instead of correcting too much, because I remembered how it felt to be scared. I became a guide without planning. I never planned to teach or guide anyone, but people started asking me, "How did you improve? How did you gain confidence?" I shared my honest story. Not shortcuts, not tricks, just truth. And when they tried and improved, I felt a deep happiness. Confidence grows when it is shared. English became a tool, not a goal. At one time, English was my goal. Now, it is just a tool to connect, to explain, to support, to grow. The real achievement was not fluency. The real achievement was fearlessness. I trust the process. Now I no longer rush improvement. I trust the process. I know that showing up every day, even quietly, is enough. Some days I shine, some days I struggle. Both days matter. What I carry with me, I carry this belief with me everywhere. I don't need to be perfect to be confident. I just need to be honest and brave. That belief keeps me steady in every conversation. Still becoming. I am not a finished story. I am still becoming. Learning new words, meeting new people, facing new situations. And that's okay, because confidence is not an endpoint. It is a way of walking. And I keep walking, speaking, learning, growing, one calm step at a time. Confidence made me comfortable with uncertainty. Earlier, I wanted to know everything before speaking. I wanted the right words, the right grammar, the right timing. Now I am comfortable with uncertainty. Sometimes I don't know the exact word. Sometimes I change my sentence in the middle. And that's okay. I keep going. Confidence taught me that it's okay not to know everything. I learned to enjoy conversations. Before, conversations felt like exams. I was always worried about marks, right or wrong. Now, conversations feel like connections. I laugh, I react, I express. I enjoy the moment instead of judging myself. English became natural. Through living, not studying. I still learn, but I don't study English like before. I live with it. I hear it in stories, videos, and real talks. I use it to think, to plan, to explain. Living with English made it natural. Confidence helped me slow down. I stopped rushing my words. I learned that speaking slowly is not a weakness. It gives me time to think and others time to understand. Slowing down made me sound more confident. I no longer apologize for my English. Earlier, I used to say, Sorry for my English. Now I don't, because I know I am trying, improving, and communicating honestly. That self-respect changed how others see me too. Every day adds a little more strength. Confidence doesn't come all at once. It comes in small amounts, daily. One good sentence, one brave reply, one honest attempt. Those small moments add up. Still. Here, still speaking. I am still here. Still speaking. Still learning. Still growing. And as long as I keep using my voice, this journey keeps moving forward. Quietly, steadily, confidently.